On this episode of Dad Mods, we start swapping the E30. How's it going? So today, exciting news, we're going to start swapping the E30. Already got the M20 pulled out, as you are aware. So that heavy, high mileage leaker, for lack of better words, is now out of the car, which gives us all the room for activities, and that means that this SR20 should fit rather nice. Ended up picking up some motor mounts from a company in Taiwan. I know what you're thinking, high quality parts, Taiwan, they go hand in hand. But had to have a buddy at work go through the welds and just fix a couple of them, inspect them, all that. So they are going to get powder coated. But for today, we're going to start off with test fitting the SR20 into the engine bay. There's some things that I've noticed that the brake booster, for instance, might actually hit the exhaust manifold. So we're prepared in the future to actually swap one out. A couple other just odds and ends that might be in the way. So that's the main goal for today, is to get that swapped in, just to kind of test fit and see what's ahead of us. And also finish tearing down the front end, because this thing's going to need an intercooler somewhere up here in front. So kick back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Alright, so something we've noticed right off the bat, if you see the OE motor mount, it actually goes into the block a little bit more, as this one does not, which means we're going to have to put a spacer in there. Not the end of the world, but it's kind of what you get for buying cheap parts, I guess. So, it is what it is, but we'll bolt it up, we'll make a little spacer, and get longer bolts, and it should be good to go. Alright, so the SR20 is in, obviously not its final resting place, so it'll probably get scooted back a few more inches. Didn't have the transmission hooked up, primarily just wanted to get it in, see if there are any foreseeable issues or anything like that that might cause some problems. I'm going to end up swapping out the brake booster, it looks like. It's rather close, just with heat issues and everything like that. I heard you can run a classic Jetta or Volkswagen Fox one. So we're probably going to give that a go. Looks like we'll have plenty of room for a radiator and intercooler piping, which will be nice. Have to take the front of the car apart still, see what we have for measurements and all that kind of jazz. But the biggest surprise is these cheap Taiwan motor mounts actually work. The only issue we have is the studs that came on the bushings they gave us are a little bit bigger than what's on the crossmember, so I'll end up drilling that out just to get those to fit. But yeah, she's in, so it looks at home, which is surprising. So yeah, let's keep going and get this thing torn down the rest of the way. Alright guys, so we got the front end all torn apart, as you can see. At this point, all that's really left is take some measurements to see what size intercooler we can fit. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt though. There's some bracing here and up here, so we have to try to run all the piping down below, which is going to be a little tricky on this pre-facelift E30. But it is possible, and we're just going to try to keep it as stock looking exterior wise as possible. So yeah, so we're going to get that done and see you guys on the next episode.